Retro Rob plays everything.
Hey, Rob here, and it's time for another Switch game. Haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. This time it's Assault Gunners HD Edition by Marvelous Entertainment. And it's about $10 on the eShop. I have mixed feelings about this one, but I like it enough to show you it because I keep kind of coming back to it. I think you'll kind of understand why when you watch what I have to show you. But, keep in mind it's not a perfect game, but it is an interesting game, and I think it's fun to play. So let's just get right into it. All right, number one, we've got mission mode. That is the meat and potatoes of the game itself. This is where you go through the missions that are part of the storyline of the game. Inferno mode. It is a wave attack, basically, where you have more and more waves coming, and you keep playing till you die. You have the hangar. I'm going to show you this in a minute. This is where you manage your units. Report, it actually has like a stat list, here we go, of how you've been doing in the game. Kind of neat. Options, obvious, and that's pretty obvious too. All right, let's go into the hangar real quick and let's talk about customization options. And there's quite a bit here. It's not as deep as you'd probably like it to be, but it's deep enough to make it fun in my opinion. Unit design, we're going to show you this in a minute. Unit enhancement, I'm going to show you. Troop management is where you manage your individual mech pilots. It's not very deep, to tell you the truth. As you can see, you basically can change what type of pilot you have in there, and it's whatever, There's not a whole lot here. But let's go back. Parts list lists everything that you picked up in the game so far. I don't use it at all because that shows up in unit design. Navigator voice settings, you can have a male or female navigator for your mech. All right, let's go into unit design. This is where a lot of the fun is. I'll just show you my first one, and you can customize all of your units for play. Let's go. Here's my current mech. What do I want to do here? What do I want to show you? Let's look at unit name. You can change the name. I call mine Googly. They all start out with kind of generic names, and then you can switch them. Change unit color. This is kind of a limited capability. If you look through, there's only a number of color schemes available for them, and you can't customize them, which is kind of sad. Missed opportunity there. I use mine red because it goes faster that way. I guess I'm an orc. You can duplicate it if you like your mech so much you feel you should have everybody on your team have the same one. I shake mine up a little bit. Next we have edit design. And here is where you can really change things up. You've got different body parts. Here, let's go standard bodies. And as you can see, I've got several different bodies. You can also develop new ones over time. I've got leg parts. They're not necessarily better as you go on. Sometimes one's just faster, sometimes one's tougher. Really just depends what you pick up. And as you can see, I can change the legs. See? I'm not going to do that though. Oop. No, I almost missed the best part. Okay, weapons. You have weapons, sub-weapons, and a fist weapon, and a shoulder weapon. You got weapons galore is what I'm saying. And actually, there's quite a few different types. So you can see I've got an assault rifle, shotgun, laser rifle, plasma gun, all this stuff. And also, let's see, I've got the M200, which I think is an assault rifle. When I go in the assault rifle, you see there's different sub-models of that as well. So you unlock those over time, which is pretty cool. The sub-weapon here, I've got the shotgun one, which is kind of fun. It's not as cool as I thought it would be, to be honest, but it's okay. Knuckler, it's a fist weapon. It's really just a close range punching weapon. I don't use it very often, to be honest, unless there's one mech that will attack you at close range, and it's like a special one, and sometimes I'll get into it with them with that. Shoulder weapon, I generally keep a missile on here, but again, you have a whole bunch of different choices here. I mean, just a little bit of everything. Okay, here, all these part ones, these are all fully customizable. In other words, I picked these up over time. You can see how I've got even more parts available to me. In fact, yeah, there we go. I've got a homing disruptor I can add to it. So I add to this every time I can. And I highly recommend that you do the same, not only for your own mech, but all your partners' mechs too. Here, let's go back a little bit. You'll want to take all the other units as well and make sure that you are upgrading them over time. Otherwise, they'll die right away and they're not going to be much help to you. Alright, so let's back up. That is basically customization. So there's quite a bit there. I mean, it's not like super customizable. It's not like a fully proper mech game, but it's not bad for an action mech game, which is what this essentially is. And let's go back and we'll do a mission for wrapping things up. We won't bother with Inferno mode. I think you get the idea of it. It's a pretty common mode. And let's just pick mission number 13. And let's deploy. And the story is so exciting. And I definitely tend to accidentally hit the wrong button and get myself out of this. I'm not going to do it this time, though. I'm pretty sure. Alright, so there appears to be some kind of time limit on this one. And that sometimes happens. There are different types of missions. Not a lot of variants, though. To be honest, it's usually go to a nav point or a series of nav points, attack a group or individual mech, or defend a position. That's basically it. And here we go. I'm going to use my bumper button, and I'm going to fire up my jump jet so I can get up here and get this stuff. There we go. My most reliable weapon is the shoulder weapon. Very nicely, if you look on the right side, they actually tell you which button controls what. And that's really useful because it gets kind of confusing. So you can see, if I want to use my fist weapon, I would hit Y, and now I'm using my fist weapon. My shoulder weapon, of course, is X, and that is the one I use the most. Get out of there. Get these pickups as quickly as possible. They are super useful. They can help you and your team. Some of them have group effects. Alright, so I'm supposed to reach a nav point. If I look in the bottom left corner, I can see the nav point right here. Okay, I've made it. That cannot be over yet. No, it's not. Good. Base attack. Break through in 200 seconds. Alright. Let's go. I may or may not make this. I'm not really good at timed missions. It's not really my thing. I like to take my time and kill. Now, one of the things you're going to notice here is there is not a super variety of different enemies. There's really, maybe 6 enemy types. I mean, there's some variants of them, I guess. There's really not a whole lot of different enemies in this game, and that is one of its big shortcomings. So if you like a lot of variety, probably not the game for you. But if you like shooting a lot of stuff, well, there's a lot of stuff to shoot. There we go. See, now I'm going to have problems because my shoulder weapon is low, and it's taking me a lot more time to kill these guys than it normally would with my missiles intact. Really, guy? Come on. Oh, that's a friendly. I like the way my mech friends don't do jack right now. Oh wait, they're on standby. Alright, so using your D-pad, you can set attack mode or defend mode. Or just stand there. And apparently I had them on stand there. Therefore they were doing nothing. There are times when you do want them to just stand there. There are times where you don't want them to get into a dangerous situation because they do tend to get themselves killed. Die. Alright, I'm going to switch over to my shoulder weapon. It's a lot easier to deal with. You'll notice that I got multiple lock-ons here, and you might want to hold off because, as you can see, sometimes it destroys them right away, and you don't really need to keep firing at them. You waste a lot of missiles that way. Alright, I waste a lot of missiles that way. And usually the missions are pretty short, so it is a pretty decent game for playing when you don't have a whole lot of time to play. You can usually get through a mission pretty quickly within, 15, 20 minutes tops. And I do mean tops. I've had some missions finish out in only 5 minutes. Come on. There we go. As you can see, just not a whole lot of difference. There are flying enemies, though, as you saw earlier in the game, and there are some other things. Alright, see, I'm out of this, so I'm going to end up using this, and we'll use the shotgun now. Just to show you. And you see the shotgun doesn't have as much spread. Now, there's a possibility that there's another version of the shotgun out there that has more spread, which would be freaking fabulous, because this is not a great shotgun. Oh, it's doing nothing. That's it. I don't think I have to kill everything either. How much time do I got left? Oh, 18 seconds. Jeez. Oh, that's not good. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Maybe I can just break through it. Oh, that's it. No, I'm still going. Ah, jeez, man. This is... Ah, mission failure. There we go. I did not complete it in time. That's a sad thing that happens with the mechs. I did get a new cannon, though, and that's another nice thing about this game. Even if you do not finish the level, you will still obtain new weaponry and gain experience, which can help you defeat the level if you're having a hard time with it. That said, I don't think I've failed any mission more than like once or twice. And I've only failed like 2-3 missions thus far in like 12, 13 missions. So it's not a super hard game. Anyway, that is pretty much it. That is Assault Gunners HD. Alright, so the negatives I think are really obvious. I think the graphics are kind of muddy. I think that there isn't a whole lot of variety in gameplay or in enemy mechs. But what it does do really well is it has a lot of action to it, and it is quite a bit of fun to play, and the price is really low. And at around $10, I think it's worth playing. Anyway, I give it a thumbs sideways. Pretty solid one. I am enjoying it, so you got that. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye!
Retro Rocks Gaming Videos.